Hey everyone, welcome back to KDX Bricks Analytics, where we talk everything Lego investing and reselling, and it is time for another not top sets video. I haven't done one in a while, but I'm going to go over a bunch of sets, and many of them I agree with everybody else, and I am not investing in them. But first, I got to show you, I've been talking about a set the last few weeks, and I did pick it up day one. The Endurance ship, a rare day one buy for me. I haven't opened it yet, but I will be very soon because that one I am building. And of course, when I got it day one, I got the Lifeboat GWP. I am definitely building this one too. I know this is going for about $100 on eBay, but I'm going to get this opened up right now because I am definitely building it, even though there's some good value. I absolutely am excited about this one. And here are the bags, and a few other random pieces fell out. Things are falling on the floor. All right, on the left side of your screen is my not top sets table from September 1st through November 30th, so the last 3 months of data. And on the right side of your screen, I have a bunch of tabs open, mostly brick set, and we'll go through everything. In the last 3 months, I've watched 138 other YouTube videos about Lego investing and reselling across 20 channels, and almost 1,700 individual Lego set mentions occurred in those 138 videos. If you're new to my channel, this is why I watch all the other Lego investing and reselling videos, so that you don't have to. I've been saying that for a while. I say that tongue in cheek. There's tons of great stuff out there on YouTube. I recommend them all. But as I'm watching all those videos, every time a Lego set gets mentioned, I record it as a mention, and then based on how enthusiastic the person is to invest in that set, I give it an enthusiasm or E-score of 1, 2, or 3. And every time they mention a set that they are avoiding for investing, I put it on this not top sets table. So let's get into our first set. It is the Atari 2600 with 15 mentions against investing. This pains me because the set is awesome. What a great design, but I get it. The market, the demand is going to be very narrow, so it'd be hard to have this grow much beyond the $240 retail price. It was $115, I think, at Target just recently. That went quick. I missed it. I did want one for personal collection, but I was going to be waiting for at least $130 or less, and that's the only time I've seen it below that price, and I just missed it. Even at $115, I think this would be a decent investment. But like most Lego sets, even the bad ones, if you get them on good enough discount, they probably will turn some sort of ROI. But most of the time when other YouTube presenters are talking against investing in a set, they are assuming no more than about a 30% discount. Same with me. So this doesn't really factor in the occasional Walmart steals where they're at 70% off. I mean, I have some Avatar sets and some of those BTS Dynamite sets that I would have never invested in, other than the fact that I saw them 70 or 80% off at Walmart and said, hey, how can I lose in that situation? So yeah, back to the Atari. Even though I have spoken positively about it from a build and design and overall display angle, I do agree, not a good investment. Second on the table is that BTS Dynamite. Like I said, I have some, and actually Brickset says I have 9. I stopped keeping records on Brickset. It was just too much to keep track of, but it says I have 9. I got them all at $30 at Walmart, I think now about 8 months ago. These did go on discount down to $40. I forget where within the last month, and they did sell out pretty quickly, so I'm still feeling pretty good about my $30 buy-in price. The band is on hiatus right now, but they are coming back, I think, next year. 14 mentions against investing because $100 for the 749 pieces, even though all 7 of the minifigures are exclusive, it is still way too expensive. Pretty narrow market. I know the band is popular worldwide, but not necessarily popular with typical folks that would be interested in paying secondary market prices for Lego sets. Third on the list is the mini Disney Palace of Agrabah, 40% off on lego.com recently. I just have a couple. I do like the little series. In fact, Lego has done 5 in the mini Disney castle at this point. They all look pretty good. There's a 6th Peter Pan flight over London, but overall they have not sold well. They have not been very popular, and so I'm happy with the 2 I got because I do want to build one for personal collection. I would actually like one of each for personal collection. I was at the perfect age when Aladdin came out, so it's one of my favorite nostalgic movies from my childhood. Fourth on the list is the brick-built Chewbacca at $200. I do have one. I got it on discount, double points, and good GWPs. I like this set at $100. I've been saying that all along, so I agree. 10 mentions against investing anywhere near the recommended retail price. But check out this picture that I took in my Lego store a couple of weeks ago. I've been talking about this for a while. These three new sets scale pretty well. The nice C-3PO looks pretty good, actually. Scales well against Chewbacca. And then the new $100 R2-D2 with the awesome Darth Malak minifigure down there is a really good set. In my opinion, the best R2-D2 that Lego has produced so far. So I think I would like all three of these for personal collection, and maybe somebody else will years down the road. And I do want to acknowledge my amazing photography skills. I got reflection in here, bad lighting, shadows, but it was through the plexiglass, so I'll give myself a little break there. Fifth is the UCS Hulkbuster, $550. I've seen it in the 300s, still hasn't sold that well. Easy pass. The design is pretty poor. For the build is not that fun, and way overpriced at only 4,049 pieces and one minifigure. Also with 10 mentions against is the Endgame Final Battle. I've walked by this at 50% off in my Walmarts. A low 3.6 rating, $100 for 794 pieces. Yeah, 7 minifigures, but only 2 of them are exclusive. The build is a mess. And if we look at brick economy, the minifigures are not that valuable, other than the big fig, of course, but $11 for Thanos is not that great either. Scroll down a little further here, we can see the total value, $34 on a $100 set. Not great when the set is really sold as a minifigure pack. Jade Rabbit with 9 mentions against. I agree. I actually have 4 of this because it's been 40% off for a while and I needed another $12 to get over the GWP thresholds a few times. But yeah, there's nothing special about it. It is a Lego exclusive. That's why I have Lego in parentheses behind the set name, and then the R in parentheses in front of the set number means that according to Brick Fanatics, it is expected to retire at the end of this year. The Hoopty with 9 mentions against. I've picked on this set a lot, so I will just move on. It is a Target exclusive. It has been discounted, I think, in the 50s, and I still haven't seen it sell out. Pirate Snub Fighter with 7 mentions against. I agree, $35 for 285 pieces and 2 pretty poor minifigures is way overpriced. That's the main issue. And it's from Mandalorian, and Mandalorian sets have become pretty unpopular pretty quickly. Season 1 of Mandalorian was pretty good. Season 2 was okay, and it really fizzled out by season 3. And then the first set that is not expected to retire at the end of this year on this list is the Bark Speeder Escape. 7 mentions, just came out. Pretty wild because $30, 3 minifigures, and then the little baby Yoda, aka Grogu, and a little speeder, a little side build, but only a 3.7. And the issue is that it's $30 for 221 pieces. It's basically a battle pack with 1 less minifigure, and in the past they've been $20, and this one's bumped up to $30. And if we go to lego.com, yes, it has a 4.6 rating, but all ratings on lego.com are crazy high, so I trust the brick set ratings much more. But if we look at the lower reviews, I'll just hit the headlines. Great set, but pricey. Good set, but not worth it for the price. Too expensive. So yeah, the price is the main issue with this one. And I'm sure somebody's complaining about the helmet holes, but I don't get into that. Dried Flower Centerpiece from the Botanical Collection. 6 mentions against. I'm surprised by that. $50 set for 812 pieces. That seems pretty good. Less than a 2-year shelf life is great for a botanical set. Most botanicals are going to be out for 4 or 5 years. All the sets from the original wave, other than Bird of Paradise, are still out. I get it's not as bright or vibrant as most of the other botanical sets, but during the fall and the holidays, this is a great piece. And it's been on sale so much lately that I feel like at $25 or $30, it's an easy win. But looking at botanicals on Amazon, we can see that they are huge sellers. Some of the highest sales velocity sets on Amazon, $50,000 for tiny plants, $30,000 for bonsai tree that's been out forever, $40,000 for the orchid, $20,000 for the original bouquet that's been out for years, $20,000 for the wildflowers, $50,000 for the new poinsettia, which is a cool set. And then down here, the dried flower centerpiece, $20,000. So that's my point. During the right time of year, the sales velocity on this set goes up. I get that during the rest of the year, most of the botanicals are doing about $10,000 a month, and this one is only doing $1,000 or $2,000. But I think seasonally, there will be enough demand, again, not at full retail price. The $50 Technic Ford Mustang Shelby, 6 mentions against. I agree, $50. Walmart does put these on $25, it seems like every year. I did pick up a few last year, including the Jeep. That one is doing well. I just sold one yesterday for $55 after paying $25, so that's more than 100% ROI in less than a year. year, but the Formula E that retired last year and the McLaren Senna both are not doing that great yet. Royal Clamshell from the new live-action Little Mermaid movie, 6 mentions against. I generally agree $160 is very expensive. The set looks messy. I get that underwater coral should be like this, but it's just too messy for me. And honestly, I don't like this very pale seafoam green color either. So yeah, just an overall mess. But there has been some chatter about the minifigures. Ariel is 13, Indira is 12, Karina's 11, King Titan is 12, and then Ursula, my favorite, is 11. So if we add all those up, there's $60 on a $160 set. Not bad after you get it on discount. New Republic E-Wing versus Shin Hati Starfighter from the first season of Ahsoka. Less than a year and a half shelf life, 5 minifigures. All of them are exclusive. 110 for 1056 pieces and 5 minifigures is pretty good. I've been up and down on this set. I was up on it earlier in the year. I was down for the most part in the middle of the year. And recently I'm going to be up a little bit on it again because of the minifigure valuation. Again, Balin Skull at 13.5, Morgan Elsbeth at 8. The others are 6, and then Shin Hati at 14. That's a great minifigure. Looks really a lot like the actress and the character. So they're valued at 48. So rounded to $50 on a $110 set, almost 50% of the recommended retail price in exclusive minifigure value. I think there's something there. Ahsoka season 2 is coming. I know season 1 wasn't great, but I think her story arc is just starting. Hopefully they get some good media out for her and get her in some more movies, even if they're just cameo appearances. Venomized Groot set 76249, 6 mentions against. I totally agree. We are having Groot fatigue. We are having Venomized fatigue. I am passing on all of those, especially when you mash the two of them together. I mean, it's an awesome set, but not good for investing. There's just not going to be enough demand. Harry Potter's Hogwarts Express Collector's Edition, 6 mentions against, $500. The train is larger than standard Lego railroad gauge, so you can't really play with it, but the interior details are fantastic and there are a ton of minifigures. I'm generally down on this set, but recently I've heard a little bit of positivity for it, and that's because we're seeing this $650 price point on Amazon and it's selling 1,000 a month. Yes, it is during the holidays, so keep that in mind. But maybe there is a little something there, but I'm not taking risk on a Harry Potter set at the $500 price point, especially right now when on eBay, yes, it is going for over retail, but after shipping and fees, I think we'd be breaking even or making just a few dollars. The new Creator 3-in-1 T-Rex, it is a $60 set. I am surprised it's getting 6 mentions already against investing. If we look at Amazon, the #1 Lego set right now is the Creator 3-in-1 Mighty Dinosaurs. I get that it's a $15 set down to 13.5, but 70,000 bought in the last month. Yes, having the little dinosaur is nice, but I feel like scaling up a T-Rex gives you a lot more detail and a lot more fine contours of the body and the legs and the feet, and of course the head and the eyes. I think there's a lot of good here, so I'd be surprised if this one doesn't turn out to be a decent investment. And also, I do want to point out here on Jay's Brick blog, they're highlighting all of the Creator 3-in-1 animal sets that just got announced recently, and so Lego's definitely leaning into these Creator 3-in-1 animal sets, and they look good. So I think there is some potential here. I do like that panda, mostly because of this penguin. My youngest loves penguins. We call them, or he calls them PBs, and so don't tell him, but I will be getting him this set. And if he ends up building the A model or the B model, I'm gonna have to get him another one so he builds the penguin. But yeah, there's some very good animal sets coming out next year. Also not retiring at the end of this year, and 6 mentions against investing, is the Droidica. It's cool, but historical comps like the Imperial Probe Droid have shown that larger brick-built droids just don't do well on the secondary market. So although I would love to have one for personal collection, I am likely passing on the Droidica. Batman mech armor, I pass on all mechs other than the Star Wars mechs until I see them for 50% off, which does happen every now and then it's easy money. With 5 mentions against and retiring at the end of this year is Asha's Cottage. Yeah, DG, when you watch this, you can comment on the 3 Asha's Cottages that I own. I bought them months ago at 50% off, and now this set's readily available at about 70% off. So yes, I agree, bad investment, but darn it, I'm going to use the pieces and I'm going to create a larger Bavarian type building for our Lego city someday. Spider Tank, I agree with the 5 mentions against. This set is a mess. I hate the build, just way too mechanical. I didn't really like the scene that much in the series. $50 is extremely expensive, even though it has 526 6 pieces. It's mostly a bunch of junk Technic pieces. It has 3 minifigures. One of them, the Bo-Katan, is exclusive, $20. So I've heard a little bit of buzz here and there about saying, hey, one minifigure is pretty valuable, making up almost half of the value of the recommended retail price. I'm still passing on it unless it's like a $20 set. I am Groot with 5 mentions against. The best part of this set is the tape cassette, but I am still passing on it. Hogwarts Room of Requirement, just another typical Harry Potter building set. A couple of them recently have actually done okay because they've done so poorly on the primary market that they've been heavily discounted. Like I did pick up a few of these from Kohl's at 51% off. Getting Harry Potter sets at that price, they are doing okay, but most of them are not pushing above their original retail price. So I agree this one's a pass. Next up is Expecto Patronum 76414. This is a 2-in-1. You can also build, I think, something that looks like a rhino or a hippo or something like that. I forget the name, but I hate this set because this thing should be glowing and mystical with some transparency to it, and Lego really skimped. And so at $70, it is a ripoff. Not retiring at the end of this year is the Brick Built Stitch. Great movie, terrible set in my opinion, just too creepy. I don't see it doing well on the secondary market. Dancing Groot, not retiring yet, but another Groot pass for me. 4 mentions against, but retiring at the end of this year is Tales of the Space Age. It's an idea set. I've been pretty high on this set all year. As the year's gone on, I've heard others kind of follow my lead, I think, and become a little higher on this one. It's unique, it's ideas, it's space theme, but it's also got an artistic feel to it. It's so simple, but it is very pleasing. I'm sure the build is a lot of fun, and I'm sure it's really satisfying to hang it up. I will be building one of these and putting it up in my office before too long. 4.4 on Brickset. That tells me something. I do have, I think, 6 of these at 50% off from Kohl's. Icons of Play, this is a pretty rough set at $100. King Magnifico's Castle, kind of a cool little build, but then I looked over when I was prepping and I said, whoa, $100 for 613 pieces and mini dolls, major pass. The Millennium Falcon, 4 mentions against. It's a solid set, but it's because it's been out since 2019. $170 for 1351 pieces is expensive. It is from episode 9. That's not great because it is sequel, but episode 9 is definitely better for it than being episode 7 or 8. I actually did pick up a few of these at $100, and I'm pretty excited about that because on eBay, this set, including shipping, is going for pretty close to retail. Give it about 6 months to a year, and my $100 buy-in probably could earn $30 or $40 after shipping and fees. A large $240 R2D2, just way too big and thick and bulky. Definite pass for me. The new Yoda's Jedi Starfighter, it's basically a repeat of the one from 5 years ago. That one was $25. It's going for, I think, about $40. This one is now $35. I just don't see any runway. There's nothing special about the minifigures. So I agree with the 4 mentions against. Mandalorian N1 Starfighter Microfighter, my least favorite set of the year. I've been picking on this set a lot, and every time I see it, I hate it more and more. So I am definitely passing on it unless it was like $3. Ant-Man construction figure. I don't invest in any of these construction action figures because other than like the rare Boba Fett from years ago and maybe one other, none of them have been popular. The demand has been very low. Lego keeps trying to make construction brick built action figures. I commend them for continuing to try. I mean, this one does look pretty cool, but I just don't see any room to grow in the secondary market. Same thing with the Wolverine construction figure, and same thing with the Batman construction figure. Here's a little 4+ Hulkbuster versus Thanos. Great for kids, but obviously not an investment set. And then with 4 mentions, but not retiring at the end of this year, is the exotic parrot. I totally agree, especially when we have the pink parrot out there retiring at the end of this year that is a Target exclusive. The $200 Pergo Le Mans hybrid hypercar, this Technic set, I do want it, but definitely not for investing. I actually saw this Facebook post the other day here locally. The original very large Technic supercar Bugatti, I think it was $350 or $400, but it's being sold for $350, so it is not growing in value at all. I just don't see any of the large Technic supercars going up in value, even though I do have a couple behind me and I do have a couple more in box that I will be building someday. Target exclusive City Space Science Lab. It was originally looking like it was retiring at the end of this year. It would have been a good investment, but now it is being extended, so we have to wait and see. 4 mentions against. Mandalorian helmet. I like a lot of the helmets, but I agree this one just feels stale. It's been out for a long time. It's going to be through to at least the end of 2025, and it's pretty plain looking. Captain Rex Y-Wing Microfighter. Too early to tell. I know there's been a lot of drama and buzz around the minifigure. I don't think I like it for the most part. Green Goblin construction figures a pass, even though I do like having it on the wings, and that face is actually pretty good. Hogwarts Castle Hourly. I almost said that right. It just came out, $45 $40 for 364 pieces is crazy overpriced. Yeah, probably nothing special, but we'll have to watch it over time. The Speed Champions Lamborghini Turismo concept car, cool build, cool design. I love it. Maybe a little niche for investing in. Too early to tell. I generally invest in all of the Speed Champions. I think it's good to play the field with them, but I love that Lego did this. What a cool design. So I'm not sure yet about the 4 mentions against. Ghostbuster Ecto 1, retired at the end of this year, already sold out in a lot of places. So we might not really have much more opportunity to pick this set up, but 3 mentions against. It's a set that I have not liked. However, it looks like I am wrong because here on eBay, $300 was shipping on top, $265 was shipping, $285 was shipping, $295 was shipping. The retail on this set is $240, and so some folks are probably already in a positive ROI. Minecraft Mushroom House, I pass on all Minecraft sets except one, which we'll talk about a little bit later in this video. All right, let's go Bricks. There we go. Load up. The Pumpkin Farm, also a pass. The Ideas Treehouse from 2019, beautiful set, one of my favorite builds, but it's been out too long. It's a pass. It is retiring at the end of this year, but I did hear somebody online mention that it got extended for a year. I have no idea if that's true or not. Please, if anybody else is hearing anything, please comment, because I'm really curious, because this set just won't die, and honestly, it's a beautiful set. I get it, and if I were Lego, I would be keeping this set out for as long as possible. Creator 3-in-1 Main Street, $140, just too expensive for a Creator 3-in-1 set. I think that no matter what the set is, Creator 3-in-1s are not going to be sold for $250 to $300, and that's where you need to go for this set to make it worth it. Some 3-in-1s do well, but they're in the $20 to $60 price point. But with all that said, I do have 3 of these because Walmart had them at $54, so selling them for $100, I'm doing pretty well. The Friends Newsroom Van, agree, it's a pass for me. I do no research on Friends. I rarely invest in them, but I do like picking them up every now and then, because if I see one in Walmart that is on a 50, 60, or 70% discount, and it's not that like animal seaplane one that's been out there forever and nobody's been picking up even on huge discount, then, you know, I might take a flyer every now and then. And I've actually resold a couple of those and done pretty well. I sold, I forget, it was a building, maybe it was the schoolhouse or one of the houses. I bought it for $40 and resold it for $100, and I think the retail price was $100 on it, and so that was pretty awesome. Monster Mutt Monster Jam Technic, these $20 monster trucks that kids love to play with, great suspension, awesome. I would have loved this as a kid. 3 mentions against, yeah, I generally don't invest in these. However, if we go to Amazon, we see that some of these that have retired, even some that have retired more recently, are up in the 40s or 50s range and doing pretty decent. Now, I realize that Amazon prices are higher than anywhere else, but these can be picked up for 50% off every now and then. And at that price, then I think there is some opportunity. Another friend said the Pop Star Music Tour bus does not interest me. Aurora's Castle has 3 mentions against, definitely a pass for me. And then the UCS AT-AT set 75313, $850. Brick set is saying that it is valued at $790. I think this is pretty much sold out at this point. I've always said I feel confident that it would be going up in value, even enough to where you'd make a decent ROI, but I did not want to take risk on such a large, expensive set. I don't live in a huge city, so I don't have the largest local market that I'd be able to find a buyer on Facebook Marketplace. So if I picked up more than one of these, I'd probably end up having to ship one, and I did not want to deal with that. But let's get over to eBay and see that people are already paying well above the $850 retail price. Here it is for almost $1,200 with shipping included, $1,400, $1,200. So yeah, I am feeling a little bit of FOMO, but I'm glad with my decision. I'm just not there yet investing in almost $1,000 Lego sets. Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor from the Mandalorian, 3 mentions against. I have one for a personal build, $100 for 957 pieces. Price to part ratio seems fine, but then when you look at it, it just seems so empty that $100 seems very expensive. Let's do our minifigure analysis and show that these are not very valuable. And so total minifigure value in the box is 21. That's only 21% of the $100. That's not a good indicator, so definitely a pass for me. Tennu Jedi Temple, the annual way overpriced Star Wars 4+ set that has some pretty good minifigures and some good prints. $40, way too much. I have 3 of these, yeah, and I picked them all up for $17. I'm actually pretty happy with that. A few months ago, I was a little nervous about it. Now I'm pretty happy with it. If we go to Brick Economy, we see that these minifigures are $5 or $6 each, and that totals up to $16. So at the $17 buy-in price, I'm feeling pretty good. Yavin 4 Rebel Base, this has generally not been a popular set, but some people have said that they think it's going to be a sleeper and it will surprise some folks. I would never buy it at the $170 retail price. I do have 2. I picked picked them up from Walmart for 103. 12 minifigures, but only 1,066 pieces. Yes, 7 of them are unique, but there's not like that cool villain or unique character. So the minifigures just aren't that valuable. The ones that are in other sets, of course, are only worth a few dollars. The exclusive ones are $8 to $10. And so if we look at total minifigure value, it's $75 on a $170 set. Not terrible. I just don't see one of these minifigures shooting up to like $30 or $40 on the secondary market. So I just don't see much runway for this set. Captain America construction figure is a pass. This little 4+ set is a pass. Let's talk about the new Batwing $38 set. People have picked it up recently for $20. Walmart still has this 3-pack with the Batman minifigure polybag and then the Batmobile, which is the highlight of the 3-pack, for $50. I did pick up 2. Honestly, I'm not that excited about my pickups. If this goes on sale for 20% and we can get it for $40, then I would be picking them up. But I feel like I'm already competing with the 2 that I got at that 3-in-1. I'm already losing out against the folks that picked up this set for $20. So I agree, generally a pass for me. And then this next one is pretty interesting. Not a lot of positive buzz around this set. This is it a 4+ set? Yeah, it's a 4+. The Batcave with Batman, Batgirl, and the Joker. If I were a kid, I would have loved this set. $35. Honestly, not terrible for a 4+ set. And if we look at the value, the minifigures, 9, 8, and 8. One of them is exclusive. The other 2 are only in one other set. And so total minifigure value is $25 and a $35 set. This might be a sleeper. Harry Potter, Forbidden Forest, Magical Creatures. I agree. Plus the color contrasts totally give me a headache. It's wild how that does that to me. Super weird. I know it's pretty accurate, but doesn't interest me. Velociraptor Escape, retired at the end of this year. Nice little 4+ Jurassic Park set with a good dinosaur mold. Yeah, it's a pass. I pass on all of the Jurassic Park sets unless they're 50% off, and I'm actually looking at a pretty good stack of a few of them over there on the top of my bookcase, but again, they were 50% off. And the reason I picked those up is because some of these dinosaur molds actually do pretty well, and I haven't done the research to figure out which ones within all the new sets that are out there, but I do want to show you, there are some older ones like this Indominus Rex that's already been listed a couple of times for $60, Velociraptor and T-Rex for about $60, the Giganotosaurus or Giganotosaurus, I stumbled through both of those, doing pretty well. The Ankylosaurus, I got that one right, also doing pretty well. That's a cool one. I'd like to have that one. More T-Rexes. So there is some potential. Triceratops looks good. This is one of the ones that I picked a bunch up of at 50% off. This is the first Brachiosaurus. Not retiring at the end of this year. 3 mentions against is the Botanical Plum Blossom. I love these little $30 sets that have the similar pot build. I think it's way too early to be voting against this set. Yes, it'll be on the shelves for a long time, but the demand on these botanical sets is crazy. So I keep leaning more and more towards not worrying about how long the shelf life is and figuring once these go on good discount, start picking them up. Architecture London, been out since 2017. When it does get a retirement date, I will invest in some of these. London is one of the most popular cities in the world. Family Tree, definitely a pass, even though it is a Target exclusive. The Creator 3-in-1 Space Astronaut. I'm passing. To me, this reminds me of a brick-built construction figure. Even though it is space themed, I still don't think it's going to do well. This Technic Planet Earth and Moon in Orbit, I just don't know. I've seen it in the store built, but I haven't been able to build it myself, touch it, play with it. It seems chunky. It seems overly mechanical. I feel like when we want to look at the heavens, if you will, you want to have it to be a little more majestic than, something that looks like is on an assembly line. And so I'm hesitant for this one, even though it is a NASA themed set. Darth Vader helmet, probably passing $80 is way too expensive. Been on the shelves forever. Ambush on Mandalore battle pack, $20. So that's good. A $20 battle pack. All 4 minifigures are exclusive. I think some people think the minifigures are a little plain and that this set is too expensive. I actually want to keep an eye on this one. 4.0 on Brickset for a battle pack isn't terrible. And on Brick Economy, the minifigures add up to about $14? Let's see here. It is, $14 on a $20 set. Pretty good. Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon. I love this set. I hate the price at $40 for 289 pieces. The minifigures are awesome. 3.9, only a tenth lower than the last set. But looking on Brick Economy, these ones are not as valuable compared to the retail price. Yes, Moff Gideon is $9 and Paz Vizsla is $6. Every time I see the name Moff Gideon, I can't help myself. I immediately start thinking that I want to watch Breaking Bad again. But yeah, let's look at the value of these minifigures. $22 and a $40 set. I can see the concern with the value here. The new Batman Batman Batmobile based on the cartoon. So far, I am hearing more negative buzz than positive buzz on this set. They're saying the build isn't great, the color is not the right choice. I actually don't know, I've never seen this cartoon, and $60 for 435 pieces is way too expensive, so this probably is a pass. Venom Mech versus Miles Morales, another mech, another Venom, fatigue on both, it's definitely a pass. Hogwarts Castle Boathouse, another unique Harry Potter set, just came out, so too early to start figuring out, but $38 is super expensive. Maybe there's some potential here, I just don't know yet. Hagrid's Hut, an unexpected visit. You know, some of the past Hagrid huts have done okay, some of them not too well. I think this one is fully enclosed. I think the last one was open in the back, so there is some value there. But $75, I know it's a little bigger, but we're getting pretty expensive for a Hagrid's Hut. The Speed Champions McLaren F1, I love it. I want it for personal collection. I know they just announced, I think, 10 more, so you can get a whole F1 starting grid. Obviously not the whole starting grid, but a bunch of them, and I will be getting all of them. I'll be waiting until they go on huge discount because I don't think these are going to be as popular as your normal Speed Champions, and I am unlikely to invest in this one because 10 more that are very similar just came out. The NASCAR Next Gen, you guys all know I am a huge NASCAR and racing fan, and so I personally love this set. I love the color, I love all the stickers, but I do wonder if because of the color stickers and the fact that it's NASCAR means that the secondary market or secondary demand would be too narrow, so I can see why there's some mentions against it. Holiday Main Street retired at the end of this year, 2 mentions against. I am passing on this set. I love that it's only $100 for the 14 pieces. Lego's done a great job of keeping the annual Winter Village collection set at $100, but this one just has too many little pieces. I'd rather have one larger build, plus some of the more recent Winter Village collection sets have not done well. All right, the Sword Outpost. So this is the one Minecraft set that I am investing in this year. 2 mentions against, but there have been a fair number of mentions in favor of it, and that's because the pixelated sword is so iconic. With the new movie coming out next year, I feel like there will be some demand for this set. I picked up, I think, 4 on 50% off from Kohl's, and then of course that was after stacking all of the Kohl's cash and all the other deals. A-frame cabin, I only have one and it's for personal collection. I do like it, but I am starting to buy in more and more that because of the blacksmith that is still available on Amazon, so almost a full year of zombie stock, that there's likely to be 1 or 2 that retire at the end of this year that will have tons of zombie stock on Amazon, and people feel like this is a strong candidate for it, and so I do want to be careful with this set. Fauna Collection Macaw Parrots from the art theme. I really hope, since this is the Fauna Collection Dash, that they do a couple more in this style, because I think there is some great value here. Beautiful set, love the colors, it hangs on the wall. I'm not a bird person, but I would love this set. It retails for $60, and check this out on eBay, $75 shipped, over 50 shipped, 70 plus 28 shipping, 53 shipped, so it's going for over retail, and it has been on sale. Just a 1-year shelf life. I think this one's a sleeper. Paisley's House is a pass for me. Sports Center is a pass for me. Monster Jam Dragon with 2 mentions against. We already talked about the Technic monster trucks. The $50 Technic NASCAR Next Gen Chevy Camaro. I think this will be this year's Formula E that is just not going to grow in value. So I love it because it's NASCAR, but I actually don't want to own one of these personally. Rapunzel's Tower and the Snuggly Duckling. I have no idea, but every now and then I hear people talking about how Rapunzel sets do really well. I'm not going to be investing in it. Ski and Climbing Center, 2 mentions against. I did invest in one of these, and by investing in it, what I mean is I picked one up for my son for Christmas because he is, and I'm whispering now, he might be right outside my door, but he really wants this set. So my investment is in my son. He will be tearing this one open and he will love this one. Arctic Explorer Snowmobile, I love it. The $10 or $11 city sets with unique animals historically have done pretty well, doubled, tripled, sometimes quadrupled on Amazon. You can get these for 40 or 50% off towards the end of the year more often than not. So this is one I do like. I actually have some over my shoulder right there. Explorer Diving Boat, you would think I would feel the same way, but $40 buy-in price. I've seen this for $16 to $20 and I've been passing on it. Just not enough animals. It's mostly pieces. Fire Rescue Motorcycle, city $10 set, but it's a pass because there are no animals in this set. And then the Jungle Explorer ATV, this one is a buy for me because there are animals in it. It is $11, so you know, got to get it on a little better discount. Dream Stable of Dream Creatures, I still think this set is just beautiful. Love the build. Not very popular. It's been on sale a lot. I do have a few, but you know, I got them for over 50% off. I was hoping that Dream Season 2 would do a little better or be a little more popular, but I read a little review on it that it's not great, and so I think the Dreams is going to fizzle out sooner than later. Ninjago, Lloyd, and Aaron's Ninja Team Mechs. I treat the Ninjago sets kind of like the Friends sets. I do no research. on them. And every now and then, if I find one on huge Walmart clearance, I'll pick it up. But other than that, I skip it. Luke Skywalker's Land Speeder, 2 mentions against, not very many mentions in favor of it. Pretty low enthusiasm score. A lot of people hate this set. I still think there's something there. $240 is expensive. Target had it for in the 150 to 170 range a couple of times. And if we go to eBay, here it is, $210 shipped, $205 shipped, $185, $220 shipped. It's selling for not much less than retail already. And it's the first land speeder in UCS form. And if you go and look back at the first version of a Star Wars UCS ship, they're all doing pretty well. This one will be a little longer hold time until we get past all of the hate around it, but I think there is some potential here. Clone Commander Cody helmet, I like it a lot. I picked up a bunch at $39.50. Miles Morales versus Morbius. Some people actually are kind of interested in this set because it has some good minifigures and it's like a simplified Speed Champions, but unless it was deep discount, I'd be passing. Star-Lord's helmet, it's a Target exclusive, but it is still a major pass for me, even though it is sold out, so maybe there is some value behind it. If we look at eBay, here it is for $85 shipped, $80 shipped, so it's already going for over retail, but I don't think it's going to have a lot of runway. The Batcave, 2 mentions against, Lego exclusive. This is an easy one to analyze because it's been sold out for over a month now, and we all got it wrong. It's a $400 set going for over $600 shipped. Here's one for almost $800 shipped on eBay. So we're all kicking ourselves on this one. Can't get them all. Baby Rockets shipped, 2 mentions against, ugly set, definite pass. Hogwarts Dumbledore's Office, $80. Seems a little too much like, I think it was the Hospital Wing and some other sets. You know, maybe there's something there, but nothing I'm too excited about. Whereas in contrast, Quidditch Trunk, definite pass. This one I think will lose money. Triwizard Tournament, the Black Lake. This one I'm kind of interested in, but $45 for 349 pieces and 5 minifigures is way too much, so I haven't seen it on good discount yet. I'll probably miss it, but I could see some runway there. Lamborghini Countach, 2 mentions against. This is, I think, the second most positive mention set behind Princess Leia's helmet, or maybe I have that backwards actually. So this is a very, very popular set for investing. I've seen so many of these at my Walmart. 2 months ago, I saw 100 of them at one of my Walmarts. So maybe I'll get some. I've got one for personal collection. I do like it, but I worry about it being way oversupplied on the secondary market. So maybe if it goes to $10, I'll grab some. Otherwise, I'm probably going to pass at this point, even though I've been pretty positive on it. Here's another Jurassic Park set. Same story with the 50% off just for the dinosaurs. Family Reunion Celebration, this seasonal Chinese traditional festival set, but it's kind of like a modular. I love it. It's $130 for 1823 pieces. Does have 2 mentions against, a couple of mentions in favor also. But let's look on eBay. Check this out. 150 shipped, 140 shipped, 140, 165 shipped. I picked up 2 at 30% off. So what? I picked mine up for, actually it might have been 40% off. So I might have been in the 80s or 90s range. And so I'm already in the positive ROI. I'm going to give it a year or so, and I think this one will do pretty well. Bonsai Tree, been out forever. I picked up 2 of these 2 years ago, and obviously I'm still paying for it. So yeah, probably a pass until we get much closer to a retirement date. The new wreath, I think it's a pass for me. It's $100. That price, go get a real wreath, a couple of real wreaths, a really good real wreath. I just don't see people wanting to spend $100 on a Lego wreath. Architecture Skyline New York, been out since 2016. Still a huge buy for me. I'm just waiting until we get close to a retirement date. I think even more so than London, this one will have huge demand for years and years to come. I mean, Lego may never take this off the market because of how popular New York City and therefore this set is. Minecraft Turtle Beach House, another Minecraft set I'm skipping. Motorized Lighthouse, 2 mentions against, $300. Ton of money. Love this set. Typically motorized sets don't do well because so much of the cost is in the motorized components and those don't grow in the secondary market. The Space Roller Coaster, the Creator 3-in-1. I love these little Creator 3-in-1 roller coasters. $100 to $110. I think there's a lot of value in the box here. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think there is some potential because it is space themed. Check out the Pirate Roller Coaster that retired in 2019. We have one of these. We built it. $9, $117. Again, like most sets, especially Creator 3-in-1s, you can plan on a typical 30% discount. And if that's the case, this one's doing pretty well. This is a Friends roller coaster, $100 to $152. That's a second smaller roller coaster example that's doing pretty well. And Lego still loves producing these for $100. They've got this Robot World roller coaster, and I could see people connecting all 3 and doing a longer roller coaster that has different themed areas along the ride. So I hope Lego keeps making these. The Creator 3-in-1 Tropical Ukulele, only $30 for 387 pieces. Beautiful set, so clean. I think there is some potential here. No idea when it's retiring. The sea animals that I think are Walmart exclusive, at least that's what I have written there. Maybe the aquarium did well from the Creator 3-in-1 line. $30 for 421 pieces. Santa's sleigh, been out too long. It was supposed to retire a couple of years ago, so this one is going to be a pass for me even when it does retire. The alien pack that is retiring at the end of this year, so short shelf life, does come with one minifigure, only $15. There could be a little something there, but I don't think I'm going to deep dive on it. The stem cut cherry blossoms, it's a small botanical set. All botanical sets are crazy popular. I think there is some potential even if it has a long shelf life. Friends Leo's Room, pass for me. The large Technic McLaren F1, we've talked about large Technic sets. This is one of the ones I have behind me because again, I love my racing, but a definite pass for investing. The yellow $50 Bugatti, maybe if it goes to 50% off, otherwise I'm passing. The smaller F1 pullback, definitely a pass. And then the smaller Neo McLaren Extreme E-Team, also a pass. I do love this larger Technic Mars Cruise Exploration Rover. I think it's going to fly on the radar. I don't know if it'll be a good investment or not. I do want one for personal collection, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one does grow in value and has very low inventory on the secondary market. Walt Disney Tribute Camera, not retiring at the end of this year. 2 mentions against. I am high on this set, quietly high on this set. I think this one is going to be a good one. Brickset says it retired 30 September of 24. Nope, it's retiring at the end of 25. At least that's the latest from Brick Fanatics. But $100, a little pricey, good exclusive minifigures and animals with Bambi and Dumbo. I do like the film piece, but this is just such a unique set, iconic. Even though there's a lot of unpopular Disney sets out there these days, there are still Disney fanatics. It is a 100-year commemorative, and I just don't see Lego releasing another set like this anytime soon. Maleficent's Dragon, cool dragon build, but I don't see the value in this set. Small $16 monster truck, a lot of fun to play with, but won't grow in the secondary market. Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter with a Tanwi minifigure, 2 mentions against. I think it should have more mentions against. This was a great set when it came out, but it got extended at least 1 year, and now it's super stale. And at this point, it's so cheap and it's been on sale so much, the Tanwi minifigure isn't even that valuable. So I'm definitely passing on this one. 501st Clone Trooper Battle Pack, who knows? I can see why there's a couple of mentions against. There's a lot of mentions in favor of it. It was supposed to retire the end of this year, fell off the retirement list. I think we got to take battle packs year to year. I think at some point they will stop doing well in the secondary market, and we just got to keep watching the trend. So who knows until this one gets closer to retirement. Moss Espa Pod Race diorama, 2 mentions against. I agree, even though I love the dioramas. Clearly the data has shown that they are not good investments, but so I'm just going to be getting one for each for personal collection unless they go on huge discount. Ahsoka Tano's Duel on Parida, or is that Paradia? Correct me in the comments. I do love the set and the build. I love that scene, all the minifigures. I like these. I'm assuming they're stickers, but I like the little maps basically. A lot of good action here, but $55, way too much. It reminds me of this set, which is mostly just land with some minifigures. I loved building it. I love the minifigures, but this one's not doing well in the secondary market either. Infinity Gauntlet, honestly, I have no idea, but I love all the gold pieces, so maybe there's something there, but it's been out since 2021. Spider-Man Final Battle. It's definitely better than the Endgame Battle because it has the Statue of Liberty build in there. That Statue of Liberty set that is the green color, by the way, I think from one of the Lego movies or something like that. That one's doing really well. So maybe there's something there, and it doesn't seem so chaotic. I get there's a bunch of scaffolding pieces in there, but that makes sense. Good minifigures. I still don't think I'm going to be investing in it, but if we look at the minifigures and their value, it's okay. If we scroll down, it's $45 on a $110 set, so decent. War Machine Mech Armor, 2 mentions against, not retiring at the end of this year. This one I do want to keep an eye on. I don't recall War Machine Mech, and we certainly don't have War Machine fatigue, and so I think there is some potential here. Plus, it kind of looks like how War Machine would look anyways. Like, it's cool. It's kind of like the Hulk mech, where Hulk looks big and bulky anyways. Iron Man with bike and the Hulk. This little $15 4+ set and a couple of minifigures, definitely a pass. Iron Man and Iron Legion versus Hydra Soldier, $20 for the 4 minifigures and a few pieces. It's Marvel themed. A lot of Marvel sets don't do well, even with decent minifigures, so I don't think there's gonna be anything special about this set. The Midi-Skill Avengers Helicarrier, cool idea, but seems really thin for the price. $80, 509 pieces. I don't think this one will get even enough of a discount to put us in range. It's been out for a little while. Only 591 people on Brickset own it, so I don't see the demand too high at that price. The Speed Champions Audi S1 e-tron Quattro, cool car. Honestly, too early to tell. Baby Bumpy Ankylosaurus, cool little build. I love the set. I love the idea, but it's a brick built dinosaur, so I don't think there's good potential there. Shadow the Hedgehog on a Steak, 2 mentions against. I hate this set. The Loop Coaster, retired at the end of this year, 1 mention against. I agree because the previous large roller coaster at $380 is reselling for $350, so below MSRP. This one is $400. Spidey versus Green Goblin, great for young kids. There actually might be something here. It's a $20 set, and if we look at these minifigures, 7, 7, and 5, which means that the total value is $19 on a $20 set. Could be a little bit of a sleeper. Singapore is retiring at the end of this year. I mean, there's probably some potential, but I just don't know as well. Obviously, I'm a lot more familiar with New York City and London. Minecraft The Swamp Adventure is a pass. The Axolotl House is a pass. Here's the idea: Sonic Green Hill Zone with 1 mention against. I've been against this set from the start. Many people have liked it, but I haven't heard as much positivity around it in a while. I am passing on this. Not a great display piece in my opinion. So thin, it's open in the back. You know, it almost looks like an action play set. Just not something I'm interested in. Now, the Ideas Jazz Quartet, on the other hand, is one that I think is awesome. Unique. I don't see another one like this coming out anytime soon. Great build of the figures and of course the instruments. Just tons of personality. It looks lively. 4.5 on brick set. I'm a huge fan. Walmart The Office. I'm surprised there's any mentions against this set. It wasn't supposed to retire. Now it is. It's been on sale a lot. Walmart did a Walmart Plus member, $70, $50 off. 15 exclusive Office minifigures. I think the most popular sitcom in history. Yeah, it's a buy for me. I have 9 of them. Creator 3-in-1 Super Robot, just a plain little set. Creator 3-in-1 Supersonic Jet. This one might have a little bit of potential. It's something a little bit unique. 3-in-1 Vintage Motorcycle, and then 3-in-1 Pink Parrot, the Target exclusive. There should not be any mentions against this set, but like all 3-in-1s, most of them don't do well. There's a few that do. You just gotta look closely and look at getting those really good discounts. Modern Art is a pass for me. It's basically just a parts pack. Harry Potter and Cho Chang brickheads. I'm not investing in any of the Harry Potter brickheads this year. I just feel Harry Potter brickhead exhausted at this point, other than maybe the 5-pack, I think it is, if that goes on 40% like last year's did. This year it only went on 20% during Black Friday, so that was a little surprised. I think we were hoping for 40%. Gingerbread Ornaments, 1 mention against, just a plain little parts pack type set. Dream Village, the only Lego exclusive Dream set. I still like it. Great little build. $30 for 434 pieces isn't bad. It was $17 on lego.com the other day, and I, for some reason, didn't pick any up. I've been super busy, and I was going to, and I just missed it. Friends Botanical Garden, this one I will talk about because it is a beautiful set. Check this out. I think there's still some out there in the wild, but it's trying to the end of this year. Brick set says $80 retail and $78, and typically this is after shipping and fees. This was on, I think, 40% off, or, you know, we were able to stack deals at a couple of places, so I did pick up maybe 4 of these at pretty good discount. Another large Technic sports car, the Porsche 911, been out since 2019, so a pass. Villains Icons. This one still gets some positive and negative talk. I am not in favor of this one because there are only 4 villain minifigures and there should be like 8 of them, because the rest of this stuff, even though it's cool builds and it kind of displays well, it's a little chunky, and I just don't see after a while VHS and books and an apple and a clock being something that people want to look at on their shelf. Recycling truck. Some city sets, especially very specific vehicles that are needed in cities, like recycling and ambulance and garbage trucks, things like that, can do well, but they have to be on a huge discount. 4x4 Off-Roader Adventures, not an investment set, but I love it. I would have loved to play with this as a kid. I love camping, so you got the tent over here, a little bit of ground cover, a couple of minifigures, and then this awesome vehicle with the big wheels and tons of suspension. I love it for personal. Custom car garage, yep, definitely makes sense. A set to pass on. Emergency ambulance, this one is probably too simplistic, so I agree passing on this set. Emergency rescue helicopter, nice build for a helicopter. I like the color combination, but there are so many helicopters, so probably a pass. Jungle Explorer waterplane, so I liked the smaller $11 set in this sub theme, but I'm not in favor of this one for investing. Not enough unique animals. Diddy Kong's minecart ride, I don't invest in the action play sets. My son built one of these though, and he loved it. And then a bunch of Dream sets with one mention against. Yeah, Dreams are huge discount sets. If they're not 60 to 70% off, then they're not a buy for me, but this is Izzy and Bunchy the bunny, Mateo and Z-Blob the robot, and they are cool sets and builds and designs. Great idea, but if the show isn't good, then it's going to be a problem. But this one is called Grimkeeper, the cage monster, super unique. Ms. Castillo's turtle van, also unique. Fun medium build with lots of play features and good dynamic minifigures. Mr. Oz's space bus, now we're getting into the more expensive ones. This one I actually don't really like. I just don't like how disjointed it is. I get that that's part of the Dreamzzz theme, but doesn't work for me. And then Fantastical Treehouse. There's a history of treehouses that look like this, whether they're in the Friends or in the Creative 3-in-1 or in the City lineup, that don't perform well. So I don't see this one doing well either. But the next one on our table, who voted against investing in this set? I can't remember, but the Ninjago City Gardens, one of the all-time best designs and builds in the history of Lego. I'm a huge fan. $350, already showing $296 on Brickset. Obviously, you wouldn't invest in this at full price. It's been on discount. I picked one up recently. I got lucky. And then on top, you get the GWPs. So if I'm seeing $296, I'm already in a pretty decent positive ROI. Ninjago Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores. Cool set, but unlikely one to invest in. Another diorama, Endor Speeder Chase diorama. Yep, they just don't do well according to the demand and the metrics. Stormtrooper mech, I disagree. $16 is too expensive. They have not gone for 10 or less yet, but I'm really hoping they do because I definitely want to get some more. I've got a few of each. Hulk mech armor. This was one of the mechs that I kind of do like because when he hulks up, he kind of looks like this, so it's pretty cool. Rocket mech armor, I don't like it. One mention against, retire at the end of this year. Ghost Rider and mech bike. Cool idea to have a normal mech that can actually be taken off or installed on the bike, but at $35, I don't see any value in this set. The Avengers Quinjet, I have no idea. $100 seems expensive. The data isn't strong, but I know some people love the Quinjet. Obviously, a lot of the Quinjet scenes in the movies are great, so I could see some interest there years down the road, but I will be passing on it. Captain America Shield, I think this is still a pass for me. I just don't like it. It's too gappy. It's too many studs. It's just not clean. And I think in order for a iconic superheroes build to do well in the secondary market, it has to look super clean, like Thor's hammer, which was $100 and it's already $145. Hogwarts in the Chamber of Secrets. Yeah, I've heard a little bit on both sides with this set. Not a ton of chatter around it. I think it's the last one in that mega castle that they started releasing sets on a few years ago. I did pick up some because they were at least 50% off, but for the most part, this will be a pass. The Speed Champions McLaren 2-pack. I think this one is flying under the radar. There is demand for this set and it's been on some really good discounts. Some more Jurassic Park sets with good dinosaur molds. Here's the T-Rex dinosaur breakout, the Giganotosaurus, and the Therizinosaurus. See, there you go. I pronounced those out for you. Normally I just skip over that because I butcher those. Enunciating is just not my thing. Dilophosaurus. I think I got pretty close on that one. Triceratops Research. The Brachiosaurus Discovery. This is the one that I have 15 of at 50% off. Brickset showing 63. That's good. I hope these do pan out, and it'd be great if I could sell them for 80 after taking off shipping and fees and a doubling of my $40 investment. And then last Jurassic Park set is this T-Rex Raptor Attack Visitor Center. Again, with all of these, I don't get them unless they're at least 50% off. Here's a couple of Sonic action play sets. I don't invest in the action play sets. There's Amy's Animal Rescue Island. And then last set I want to show you the brick set of is Monkey Kid's Cloud Air Chef. I'm not interested in it, but I've heard some others say that they do like it. It's a really unique one in the Monkey Kid theme. Some of those Monkey Kid sets do well because there's just so little demand on the secondary market, but there's also, and actually I mean to say so little supply on the secondary market, but also there isn't a lot of demand. So it can take a while to find a buyer, especially if you're trying to sell locally. All right, now we've got a bunch of sets on this list that only have one mention against investing, but they are not scheduled to retire at the end of this year. I'm not going to show you pictures of all of these, but I'll read them real quick. I'll take one deep breath and just burn through it. Flower Pot, Back to the Future, Eiffel Tower, Land Rover Classic Defender, Alpine Lodge, Santa's Post Office, Over the Moon with Pharrell Williams, Paris, The Crafting Box 4.0, Animal Sanctuary, Wolf Stronghold, Windmill Farm, Badlands Mine Shaft, The Ender Dragon and End Shipped, Grand Piano, The Insect Collection, Orient Express, Polaroid One Step, SX70 Camera, Red London Telephone Box, Tuxedo Cat, The Botanical Garden, Retro Camera, Retro Roller Skate, Wild Safari Animals, Hamster Wheel, Mona Lisa, London Bus, Alien Planet Habitat, Christmas Table Decoration, Daffodils, Maribel and Madrigal, Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout Speeder, NASA Mars Perseverance Rover, Audi RSQ e-tron, Lamborghini Huracan, Off-Road Race Buggy, Gray Koenigsegg, Surface Space Loader, Up House Disney Castle, Simba the Lion King, The Magical Madrigal House, Police Car, Police Speedboat and Crook's Hideout, Construction Excavator, Interstellar Spaceship, Piranha Plant, Jay's Mech Battle Pack, The Razor Crest, Boarding the Tantive 4, that's wrong, that's a great set, Jedi Bob Starfighter, Creative Play Droid Builder, Jabba's Sail Barge, Glinda, Elphaba, and Nesseros at Shiz University. I'm sure I pronounced all that right. Elphaba and Glinda figures, Glinda and Elphaba's Dormitory. Are those the Wicked sets? I think so. Welcome to Emerald City. Yeah, it's got to be the Wicked set. Spider Spider-Man race car and Venom Green Goblin, X-Men jet, Rocket and Baby Groot, the X-Men mansion, new Captain America construction figure, Hogwarts Icons Collector's Edition, Hogwarts Castle and Grounds, Hogwarts Express and Hogsmeade Station, Hogwarts Castle Potions class, Wednesday Addams figure, Wednesday and Edit's dorm room. Whew. All right, that was a lot of sets in this video. I hope you enjoyed going through all that with me. A few weeks left before most of these sets are really gone for good, even though some of them will certainly carry over into January. Hopefully there isn't much zombie stock on all the good sets. So as always, thanks a lot for watching. That's a wrap, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, and don't forget, my videos are for entertainment purposes only. I do not provide financial advice. You got to get that from somebody else.